All right, hey collective. I hope you've been looking good, feeling good, smelling good, eating good, drinking good, thinking good thoughts, having a good time, sharing good energy with good people, in good places, doing good things. Let's see. I don't even know which deck I'm gonna use. Okay. I know for sure I wanted to hone in. One of the downloads I do remember. Okay, I remember a few things because I got quite a few downloads today. Um, One of them was specifically for divine feminines. I don't know, maybe some of the divine feminines have noticed their cycles have changed. Maybe some of them are in the process of trying to conceive or concerned about conceiving, because I know that there's womb magic that gets done and has been done and things like that. So I wanted to kind of tap in on that a little bit. Let's see. So this deck is called Sacred Cycles Oracle. And it deals directly with menstrual cycles for divine masculines. Knowing about this stuff just helps you, because then you understand. Like, if you know your divine feminine cycle, then that's good, because then you can understand if there's like a time where she may be a little bit more sensitive, just like for PMS reasons, which happens prior to the actual menstruation period. So, and then for divine masculines, also for the women around you, I mean, it could be helpful just in general. Just, I mean, if you work with a lot of women, or like, your assistant, like, I don't know. It's just, I think it's good in general to kind of be in touch. And then, so you were born from a womb, so it brings you there, and then it also helps you to be in touch with your feminine side, which is important when you're trying to be balanced. But it helps you in that way with the mother. It can help, like, maybe with healing mother wounds. You never know what comes out in these cards. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead. Thank you. Oh, there were quite a few. So these may be for, there may be quite a few. Or maybe this is for just one person in particular. I don't know. We're about to find out. Okay. Sacred cycles 1, 5, 9, and 40. So waxing crescent moon. Literally, it's like number 1. I let my curiosity lead the way. Gently emerging from the darkness, the waxing crescent moon is the growing light that marks the beginning of a new cycle. This time of rebirth calls upon your innate childlike wonder, beckoning you to look at the world with fresh eyes. Remember the way the world looked at you when you were young? Surprises could be found around each corner as curiosity guided your every move. Everyday magic surrounds you. Awaken to the wonder that has been right in front of you all along. Allow yourself to find childlike curiosity at every opportunity, so that you might more readily recall how wild and wondrous this world is. It's time to reemerge and collect evidence of life's silico. I don't think I ever say that word right. Magic. Through a commitment to curiosity. Journal prompt. What has sparked my curiosity lately? So if there's anything that sparked your curiosity, this next one here. 5 is the waning gibbous moon. I am ready to let go. The waning gibbous moon calls you to begin the process of letting go. The vision that you are calling in for your soul's next iteration of growth is so expansive that space must be made for it. Creating that space begins with releasing. You must have old habits based on outdated You may have old habits based on outdated patterns, beliefs, or ways of being. Often those habits have served you, even if their sole purpose was to keep you feeling safe, and have undoubtedly been essential on your journey. The invitation now is to thank them for their service and send them on their way. If you are unsure about what needs to be released, your inner voice will tell you. You can begin this process by simply getting quiet and asking yourself, what are you ready to let go of? Just like the waning gibbous moon, you are headed toward a time of inward contemplation to help call in further clarity. Journal prompt: what pattern, relationship, belief, or habit can I release to make space for my evolution? Ooh, that's beautiful. I like that one. Number 9, blue moon. Okay. I am worthy of abundance. There are two perspectives on when a full moon is said to be a blue moon. You may choose to define it as a second full moon within the astrological season or as the second full moon within the calendar month. A blue moon accentuates the energies of a full moon. Blue moons open up your eyes and bring into focus new levels of abundance you may have previously overlooked. It is as if your vision has expanded beyond the normal range of what human eyes can perceive. Life becomes a marvel of technicolor brilliance and awareness of energies, experiences, and awe. From this place of wonder and insight, you can recognize with a clear head and heart how you not only have all you need, but also are blessed with excess to share. Nature can serve as a great reminder of this endless abundance and encourages your generosity. Look to the green world for guidance whenever resistance arises, and know that your offerings will always be returned to you amplified. Journal prompt: where in my life do I have more than I need? What can I share with others? I like this. And then 40, bleeding rituals. This has seemed very even. Like, I don't even feel like if it wasn't for me saying that these were specific type of cards, I don't feel like it would have like really. I only mentioned it because sometimes they do. Sometimes they can get really, really feminine. 40, bleeding rituals. I am worthy of sacred celebration. As a means of acknowledging the potency of the cyclical sacred body, bleeding rituals mark the space around the time of menstruation. As soon as I say something. These intentional acts help to ground and channel the life force energy stored within the blood of the womb. These practices range from wearing red clothing or decorative adornments to sipping a special tea made with herbs to soothe the body during menstruation. Perhaps you feel called to collect your menstrual blood to create art or to make an offering back to the earth. The underlying factor is the intention. This is what sets the tone of reverence for each holy moment. Here you are encouraged to seek your own sacred ways of working with the vital force that flows within you. If you experience a menstrual cycle, incorporating your own bleeding rituals holds immense power for you at this time. But even if you do not, you are being called to craft a practice that helps to signify the passage of time and how your energy waxes and wanes. The intentionality behind the action is where the magic lies. Journal prompt: what type of ritual would I like to try as a way to honor my body and empower myself? That's really interesting. I like these cards. They're always kind of different. So, okay. I was called to kind of pull out a few oracles though, so maybe that's just what I'm supposed to do this evening, and maybe a few, because there were a few that I was just called to pull out. Now, this is an African wisdom card. I mostly went into this just to look at the location that I had mentioned, the blood diamond location that I had mentioned in the other reading, because it speaks about it in this book. But anyway, all right. Whoa. It's clearly this. Cohesion. Togo is in West Africa and is one of the smallest and narrowest countries in the world. It is known for beautiful beaches, economic growth is healthy, there is cohesion that is helping this little country to improve the lives of its citizens. Coming together for greater good is more important than just a business transaction. A common thought and vision can lead to wealth and prosperity. However, a divided house will fall. And enemies fail too. What parts of your life fight against cohesion? What do you need to do to stop your own self-sabotage? Work on your cohesion and inspire others. Make a different choice for the highest and greatest good of yourself and others. You know, I'm going to go ahead and go into one of the downloads I get, because I get that I do have I have a workaholic I have a workaholic type of collective. And I don't want my collective to work themselves into a point and position where they end up continuing to not do what they're supposed to the point to where the universe or God intervened and is like, okay, this is what I needed you to do. One of the other things that came out earlier in the downloads was this card, and I always find this significant when the cards pop out. And this one was cutting cords. It says, ask Archangel Michael to clear any old attachments to fear that stem from past relationships, freeing you from destructive patterns. And I felt like that was really very significant, because it doesn't matter what type of relationship it was. Freeing yourself from the destructive patterns and clearing any old attachments to fear that come from those is incredibly powerful. I don't care who the relationship was. It could have been like the relationship with my old barber. You know, he did me good until he did me bad. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know that you could ever like get into it with a barber. But hey, I haven't had many. So, gratitude. This is the other card that came out that I felt like. Well, this is from a special deck that I don't actually tend to share and use with the anybody. No, this says, are you grateful? It says gratitude. Are you grateful for your finances? Because this is a financial deck that I have. It says, no matter how much or how little money you have, gratitude is a key element of financial recovery. When we are grateful, we connect more deeply to spirit and to our own power. And this connection produces growth on all levels. Being thankful creates the space for more wealth to flow into our lives. With financial recovery comes financial abundance. Affirmation: I am grateful for the money in my life, and that will attract it. So, and I had been hearing grateful, and I've just been in like a very grateful energy. I'm like incredibly grateful. I don't want to start sitting and talking and thinking about that, because I might cry how grateful I am for everything that I have, and like how beautiful my life is, and you know what I get to do every day. Speaking of which, someone had said in the comments in one of my other lives, like that they might get a reading, and I'm not sure that I actually even want to do just readings, because I've done those on a small scale, like in a store, in an actual mystical store in LA in Santa Monica. And I enjoyed doing that because of the location, and there were so many other things available that I could provide to people to continue with their spiritual cleansing and work and whatever it was that came up in the card reading. The difficulty I have is because doing readings for people that come from these type of outlets or Instagram or wherever, TikTok, wherever, the issue I have with that is that I only do face-to-face readings normally, or I do virtual ones where the person is on, video chat with me, because I like for them to see the cards, and I like to see the person I'm working with, and vice versa. As well as what I do is not just a card reading. I work with people on their Akashic records, which is really huge, as well as on breaking generational curses and hexes and spells and things like that. Really heavy magic, because not a lot of people know how to get that stuff cleansed off of a person. And I'm just super grateful that I have the responsibility and the capability to actually be able to do that. But I don't just work on that as well with people. I also work with them when we start to work together. I also do things like consult with you on finances, because I feel it's incredibly important that people have a budget. Everybody's like, oh yeah, I have a budget, but I think people just know what it costs for them to live. Most of the time, they don't actually have like a full-fledged budget. And I think that that's one of the reasons why people struggle, is because yeah, but there's a lot of different things that I go through. It's not because there's so many relationships and things that people are trying to enhance, repair, clean up, make better, whatever you want to call it. Make grand, even, if you will. So there's so many different instances where people are trying to get better and enhance, and that it would be useless of me as a spiritual advisor to not tap into that area of your life. And it doesn't matter, like even people who have financial advisors and people who meet with them once a month to go over what they've spent, what went in and out of their accounts, etc., etc. Even those individuals still have to learn about having specific types of relationships with money. 36. All right, Molly teaches about grandeur. Molly is the third, because I'm gonna leave it alone, because it was just everybody's seeing people have a fall from grace, especially people in the limelight. So let's just leave it there. Like, everyone's seeing people have a fall from grace. It doesn't matter the amount of money, and those things typically happen because your life is not in balance with your highest good, or maybe it is, and that's just a part of it. And all of it at the end of the day needs understanding and compassion, most of all by the person that's enduring it. And that's what I'm here for. I'm here for the person that's enduring it. I could care less what the people outside of that person feels like, it looks like, or all the rest of that. But that's another story. Anyway, Mali is the third largest producer of gold in Africa. The word Mali means the place where the king lives. Mali has a history dating back to 5000 BC. It was one of the 3 empires that controlled the trans-Sahara trade. Despite all the greatness of Mali, Mali is one of the poorest countries of Africa. Reflection: how are you displaying your grandeur? You have many gifts and abilities that are innate and that you can build on to make your life bigger and better. How are you using your gifts and talents? Are you learning and building on them? This is the time to grow and build, not just for your life, but for the future generations. Growth never stops. Be grand. Ooh. Grow in a grand way. That's nice that it's coming under this waning gibbous moon too. I like that. I like that grand card. Yeah, like if you think about it, a lot of people are successful financially, but then they don't have a marriage or relationship that they can say has been successful or that is successful. I feel like this is just like, I just feel like it's lopsided a bit. Okay, let's see if I can get 2 more out of here. 1 more for under this blue moon. Won't keep you long. South Sudan. Pride. Interesting. All right. Republic of South Sudan is a landlocked country in East Central Africa. It gained independence in 2011, making it the most recent sovereign country in Africa. Reflection: the people of South Sudan are proud of their heritage, despite many years of oppression before they established their own country. Be proud of who you are and what you have accomplished so far in your life journey. I was actually reading and the word is missing. That's why I stopped. Be proud of who you are and what you have accomplished so far in your life's journey. Celebrate your victories freely. Life has ups and downs, and it is not just happening to you. Look at how much you have overcome already, and be inspired to do even more moving forward. Be confident and trust that you are loved and taken care of. Ooh, I like it. I got that energy too. Like the universe is so in love and so taken care of, and it's just kind of like, just go, honey, just go and eat and look good, smell good, feel good, eat good, drink good, think good. You know, thoughts, share good time with good people, and, you know, go to good stuff. That's what it's all about. Nice, gifted. I like it. That's a nice way to end it too. I get a little bit of Gemini energy here because I see a couple faces immediately. Like there's one to the front and then there's one on the side here. All of them have multiple faces though in this, but that's the first one I actually noticed it on. So anyway, Central African Republic. Yeah, my collective can be a bit of workaholics, and I don't want, you know, you to be set down because we never like that. Just trust me. Speaking from experience. Oh, it's the last one in the book. I feel like that's also like Spirit is saying like this is your last warning too. For whoever's like the workaholic, because I got the energy heavy because I am too. Like you know, listen. Anyway, Central African Republic is a landlocked country in Central Africa. Situated on a fertile plateau with abundant water resources, the Central African Republic has a considerable agricultural potential. It also has a wealth of minerals, including diamonds. However, due to the economic mismanagement, it is one of the poorest countries in the world. See what I was saying? That's kind of like hitting back to that. Like, due to, you know, mismanagement, it's one of the poorest countries in the world, even though, you know, it has all this stuff. But anyway, so God has created you with many gifts, talents, and abilities. Treat your gifts responsibly. Learn about investment and money management. Save for a rainy day. Maximize your God given resources. Become the greatest version of yourself that God envisions you to be. I love it. I love it when I say what I'm saying and it says what I'm saying in the cards too. Because I caught that. I caught how I just was talking about money and finances and finance and being budgets and doing your things right. And yeah, I like it. I like it when it comes like that. I like it when it comes together. Okay, let's see. What there was there another? I'm looking really quick to see if there were any other decks that I was called to. I was called to this. So let's go ahead. Ooh. And I was called to the Spirit Baby deck as well. So a lot of good energy flowing now that we're not in any retrogrades. I feel like we're back in some really good energy where the collective was, you know, making the really good decisions and, you know, moving towards everything that they wanted. Okay, first thing came out was sunglasses, right? Watching, looking, stalking, gaslighting, perception, focusing out. I don't get the energy of the gaslight but I do get the energy of like watching and looking. If there's any stalking, it's just well, the gaslighting might be like somebody's not letting you know, the fact that you don't know that the person is watching you kind of energy. Oh, that is so cute. Is that for me?
No.
Oh.
But you can have it.
I can. Thank you.
It has glitter on it.
I see. I'm loving it. Okay. Bye, baby. And so then in this next one, I feel like maybe this is like where the energy is leaving out of. You're leaving out of that, like where people are watching and, well, people are always going to watch and look, but the stalking and gaslighting, like in the negative energy. But I do feel like there is some seduction, and it's like, go be great was what I was saying in this card too. But it's saying seduction, attraction, flirting, dating, hooking up, temptation, third party interference. I feel like the card doesn't show a third party interference. It shows two people. I feel like third-party interferences are the last thing on anybody's mind. It's also the last thing on here. I feel like that's been phased out because the last thing on this card is saying focusing out, but it's giving phased out. Like that's phased out, that's the end of that. Okay, so I was talking about the being a workaholic, and whatever came up that resonated with you in that area. Spirit's asking you to look at that. There's a hammer. Remember, I was like, Spirit's like, don't let me have to bring the crack down. So you will be sabotaging and having to rebuild or to possibly even deal with some like intrusions or interrogations, like people questioning your judgment, and things will seem repetitive to you. Unless you are persistent in working on it. That's what I'm getting. So these cards are reading a little bit different today. One more. Spirit said, go ahead and take it. Yep. Okay, so yes. So Spirit's saying, the wise decision is in if there was a breakup that took place, was in the breakup, the separation, if there was a safe separation, and stopping a pattern, if there was a pattern that you were stuck in. And one of the other things, maybe the most recent or the like consistent thing that you're doing where you're working on it, and it's allowing for you to have this moved and pushed through, is that silent treatment and abandoning the idea altogether. And that silent treatment and abandoning the idea, like for instance, so if you watch other readers, if there's a reading where the title is saying something that's even reminiscent of that, you're like, oh, that's not my story. Oh, that's not for me. Oh, that's not mine. You are removing completely, like you are axing that. Listen, because you already know you don't want those types of intrusions and things to take place in your life. So you are making like very clear choices. Not again, my collective is smart. Okay, I don't know who told anybody otherwise. These cookies are smart. Speaking of cookies, I forgot I got cookies to make. All right, give us a couple more cards, please. What do we need to know from the tarot? Is there anything? Well, this is an interesting set. And it's 4 cards again, so this is lovely. I love when that happens. So the first card was the 7 of Swords. Maybe the person that's watching and stalking, that you're like phasing or focusing, this person is focusing out and you're not focusing on them at all. You're focused on what you're focused on. But that person was possibly dishonest or cheating or being selfish. And you decided to move forward. That's the 7 of Swords. That's what came out. And you decided to be fearless, a risk taker, and be a free spirit. So to move on and, as a result of being persistent and working on it, that brought about a lot of harmony and balance and a new perspective. Oddly enough, that I was talking about balancing the feminine, like how these cards up here that came from that specific womb deck or the sacral, whatever, womb deck, that's what we're going to call it, would help to balance out a masculine. But then this card is actually the one that's so funny. Wow. I was talking to someone the other day about homosexuality. And I feel like there's healthy reasons and then there's non-healthy reasons too. I don't know. Because it kind of works both ways. I don't even want to get into that conversation, but there must be someone out in the collective that's dealing with something that they don't want to face, because that keeps coming up a lot. Somebody not wanting to just live their life and be who they are. But then there's also the reverse coin of that, people who are in those relationships, but it's just like to prove a point or to avoid some type of trauma sometimes by being with, you know, someone of the same sex. But anyway, I don't know who that's for. I hope that there's something in my readings that will help you. But anyway, anyway, that silent treatment, abandonment, breaking up, and stopping that old pattern and habit that we left back in the old, back there. I don't know. It just feels like a long time ago. Has brought you into this, I don't know, this really romantic. This has come up a couple times now, collective. I want to be perfectly honest. The word romantic, the vibe, the energy of romance. And that's a beautiful way to look at life. That's a beautiful way to look at yourself. That's a beautiful way to look at your business endeavors. I mean, be romantic about everything that you have going on in life, because that exudes love, right? And, you know, that's what you're supposed to be, hopelessly romantic about every part of life, every relationship that you have that is building you up and helping you grow. Okay? Anyway, let's get a couple of these spirit baby cards out. I don't see any messages. I'm going to open it up as I typically do at the end of the reading to see if anybody has any questions that they want me to ask, or any cards, oracles that they want me to consult about anything. Otherwise, I'm going to pull these few spirit baby cards and call it an evening. All right. What else can we get out here? Woo. I feel like somebody ate a cheeseburger. Somebody went out kind of like maybe partying or with the fellas, but somebody definitely ate a cheeseburger. They work out a lot, so I guess that is okay. I don't know what it is about this cheeseburger energy. I enjoy laughing and all of our inside jokes. So if you're not in union, then that's something you'll enjoy a lot once you are in union. Laughing a lot and all of the inside jokes that you guys will have. It says, Mommy loves how safe she feels with you and how much you freely love her. So this is a divine masculine who is not afraid to be like, no, I'm gonna go, you know, my wife and I got plans, or, you know, my girl and I, you know, whatever it is. They don't have a problem saying that they're not gonna do something to go and do something with you. Like, it's not one of those like, I'm embarrassed that I have someone kind of energies. It's the exact opposite. So it says, Daddy loves looking at you. He enjoys the thoughts of you. This came out in the last reading too. So this person is definitely going to enjoy, or you're definitely going to enjoy looking at your divine feminine. Divine masculine, I feel like your divine feminine is going to make sure that you enjoy it too. You know what I mean? Just like making sure that, you know, they look cute, like they looking good, smelling good, all that. Anyway, Daddy didn't know how much he loved kisses until he got them from you. That's so sweet. So I get the energy that this is a very affectionate couple. They're not going to spare, you know, they're not going to waste a moment at the expense of other people. They're not going to have a problem with public displays of affection, because then that would mean they would be holding back on giving their person the love that they want in that moment. And, you know, who does that? That's just, no. Anyway, all I want is you. See, yeah, it's very reciprocal too. Very reciprocal. That's from divine feminine to divine masculine. If you're wondering, the white cards are divine feminine to divine masculine. I like it when you dip your finger in it a little bit. Oh, okay, that's a naughty one. Yeah, so, yeah, you can take it how it resonates. I wonder if I daydream about you too much. Oh, this one says, I wonder if I daydream about you in my guts too much. So that, yeah, that astral projections stuff, I feel like that's what that energy is. Yeah, that daydreaming, because that's what people think it is. But if you're daydreaming about your person, yeah, that's not a daydream. It's an astral projection. You sillies. All right. Nobody has any questions. I'm gonna go ahead and end it on that note. I hope that this has been helpful and insightful in some way. Actually, I wanted to see because this is my Empress deck, and I haven't pulled anything on the Empress in a long time. So let's just see. Let's just see. And let's just say this is Empress and Emperor deck. For lack of argument. Well, no, I can't because his was a different deck. And it's still over there. So I might pull his deck out too. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see what's happening in the Empress's world. One more shuffle, and then we'll get into the Empress's business on the double. Just keep in mind, some of this may resonate, may not, and this may be past, present, or future energy, and this also may be outside of the Empress. Like not actually an Empress energy, but Empress is the energy around the Empress. Ooh, star energy. Whoa! Look. It's always so funny to me when cards do that, when they like get all up on me. Ooh, somebody's trying to strong arm something or a situation, or maybe they couldn't strong arm you, or like maybe that's just how divine masculine feels about divine feminine. Like if anybody tries to come up, like, around, near, anywhere, all that, he will hurt you. Yeah. Yeah, look at this, guys. This very truthful, honest, that's the throat chakra energy, big time. So somebody is speaking, whoever this is speaks a lot of truth, right? About their partnerships, about the partnerships that are coming towards them, all these different things. So you're speaking your life into existence. That's been the theme though in the last few days of this 10-day period. What is it called? Oh, I keep forgetting. I can't stand that because I had paid attention all the time before I got on camera. I was like, no, don't forget today. This is bringing about justice. I'm getting like a real force to be reckoned with energy, whatever that force is. Yeah, because I get the energy like they won't be happy without each other because it's like the holding back, but the Four of Cups, but the Hierophant, too, right? But in this Four of Cups, there's divine masculine coming around the corner. Divine feminine doesn't want anything other than divine masculine. It's the only Hierophant energy that comes together. It came out right over this seduction. And I get you can't hold that back either. That's also where this Four of Pentacles that flew up on my muscle here. Huh. I don't know what to make of this because this is the Devil card and the Three of Pentacles. And I get kind of like, let's get some clarity on this because I get kind of like any kind of work. This is some kind of like outside work. This is some teamwork or planning that's outside of the connection, right? As per usual. There they go. There they go. Nothing to be concerned about. They will always be revealed and canceled out. See, so here's the thing. Oh, yeah. Okay, so there's going to be some Page of Wands energy that's going to come in and trying to, I believe this is coming towards divine masculine. It's going to try to make divine masculine be indecisive, to try to block their emotions, have them avoid their person possibly, or maybe even try to cause divine masculine to feel like there is a stalemate. Again, I firmly believe that like if they keep you in that energy, that is when they have won. So even if it's something that divine masculine may fall prey to for like 20 minutes, it's 20 minutes. That's literally how I look at this thing. Because, and that's another thing I was doing too. I was bringing up the wheel of emotions because I think that's incredibly huge to understand how that works, where they are in the wheel of emotions, where the collective lives in the wheel of emotions, and what type of vibration that keeps them on. You know, when you look at all of this, in God consciousness and all these things, this is the collective up here in these areas where the God consciousness lies. Now we know how to reach these lower levels, right? But we tend to stay in that like blue, green, and above. Blue, green, purple, purple kind of energy. Which is like God consciousness, gratitude, freedom, empowerment, appreciation, enlightenment, peace, joy, love, enthusiasm, happiness, positive expectations, belief, reasoning with oneself, hope, optimism, but only reasoning with oneself in the area of that direction, like in the higher vibrational energies and like things like that. Willingness, neutrality. So being able, like I was saying the other day, when you get into that bored energy, that you don't get like mischievous when you don't have something to do where you would normally have something to do. Instead, you get creative. You find other things to do. You indulge in self-care more. I found myself ending up taking like it's kind of ridiculous to me how much time I spend on self-care, but I know that it's very important and I love the the results of it, And the more I continue, the more stuff I'm finding. And I'm like, oh, wow. I literally could get lost in the bathroom just doing my skincare routine for at least at minimum an hour. So, and men, it should not be any different for you. You guys should be walking around smelling good. If you have a beard, you should be putting some type of butter or oils or something in it. You should have a thing. You should be, if you don't go and get manicures and pedicures, you should. If you can't afford to, you should be doing them yourselves. There should be a lot happening to keep you out of those lower vibrational energies. There shouldn't be any excuses either for doting on yourself, because anything that you want to receive from divine feminine or to do for a divine feminine, you will first need to do to yourself and for yourself. But anyway, I'm not going to harp on that too much, but that is a huge part of it. But yeah, so typically the vibration doesn't go below 400 is what it's looking like here for the collective. Because after 400 is where you start to kind of like start to be willing to give in to certain other things. So basically, when you start to stop speaking up for yourself or not immediately communicating what you need or etc. What's going on?
I was sitting at the stairs and Sydney pushed me.
Oh, don't push.
Mom,
What's up?
can I go over to Michael's house?
What time is it?
10:40.
No.
Okay.
9 of Cups. All right, so we've got the 9 of Cups and the High Priestess, the 10 of Wands, the Page of Swords. Ooh, wow. Okay, Ace of Wands, the Tower. Okay, I see what happened. I see what they did there. London.
Yeah.
You can go. I need you to give me the address to where you're gonna be, and you need to come back by 12:30. Okay. 9 of Cups energy. So here in the 9 of Cups, kind of just okay, I just saw what happened here. Okay, so the 9 of Cups is just kind of speaking to your constant energy. So that's just more so your wish fulfillment, your satisfaction, your sensual pleasures, like I was saying, staying into that in those higher vibrations, right? You're staying in this energy, following your intuition. This is High Priestess energy, and that's always good, right? Following your intuition, staying very focused, forward focused. See that Moon card, kind of maybe not even telling people what you know, what you're doing, keeping that mystery. Stop, baby, you're moving the camera. Thank you. And that is essentially bringing Okay, that's bringing a lot of burdens to the individuals who have found themselves sitting talking behind your back, because I get it's this Ten of Wands energy is going straight to this Page of Swords. So there was someone kind of maybe bad mouthing you, but it was all lies and slander, so it didn't really matter, you know? You moved on to look, essentially, you moved on to having that new beginning that brought the Tower and pretty much put this person, you know, right where they belong, you know? They wanted to knock you down to size, and you did it for them. You helped them to realize what their size really was. Because, I mean, clearly, if you're incapable, that was the other thing too, when like groups of people, it's like you have to know that you're incapable if you need other people to do things with you in order to pull something off. All right, anything else? It looks like those people are overpowered. A lot of these groups and covens and societies, etc., as well, have to realize too that their involvement with these low level, I don't know if you want to call them warlocks, or which is what you want to call them, but their involvement with them, they're the ones who taught these individuals how to do what they're doing. So they're responsible. They have to put an end to this. Stop. You're moving my camera.
Oh.
I told you that already. So yeah, they have to put an end to it. It's almost kind of like the energy that, you know, that is present right now. It's kind of like you're going to have to put a stop to it. You're going to have to, they're going to have to get more firm in their handling than the way that they're communicating, because it wasn't listened to the first time, the second time, the third time, etc., right? See, look. They continue to do whatever they wanted to do to try to look. And then the Devil card right here, yeah, they continue to do whatever they wanted to do, you know, which is why essentially things are working out the way they are. I'm not even going to get into that because this reading was good. It was very positive. She knew we shouldn't get it. We shouldn't even talk about these people outside the collective. They are so unfortunate. Yep. Nine of Swords. That was a heavy one. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely gonna get out these people energy. Okay, I'm gonna pull out the Divine Masculine, the Emperor's decks. See what's happening over there in his world with respect to his super deck. I get there's some competition. I held some heavy competition from some Divine Masculines, like for the divine being, for the Empress. Just not that she doesn't want him, but it was just kind of like people are willing to combat him for his Empress, because there aren't a lot of Empresses. There aren't a lot of, you know, I mean, maybe not. I mean, maybe there are some, but there aren't a lot, you know, and each one is different, you know, and I don't know what else to say, but I see an Empress in reverse in here. So I don't know. Some people say that's a mother figure or feminine or wife or baby mama, but it was an Empress in reverse in there. All right, what's happening in the Emperor's energy? Ooh, he's having a lot of good money situations taking place. So it looks like he's doing well in his finances. That's the Ten of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles came straight on out. So he's being victorious in what his pursuits were. Yeah, he's not heartbroken either. That Three of Swords is all the way in reverse under there. Okay, what else is happening? Ooh, he's balanced. He's not holding back anymore. I'm curious about this, because this is like the Hierophant in reverse, the Star in reverse, the Six of Pentacles in reverse, to the Temperance, the High Priestess, the Ace of Wands, the Page of Swords. Looks like something was given up. Like there was possibly a relationship or someone maybe that they, or a group or something that they held in high regard, that they thought that they, or could have even been a relationship, a business venture that they thought they were going to do well with, that they let go of as well, because they realized like that they were just not going to be victorious. Like it just was not going to work out, because all of those came out in reverse. To go straight from like, you're doing good, I'm having a victory, because you had to go through this to get there. It's kind of giving that, like, but you had to go through this to get there. Yeah, you had to possibly even leave some things out in the cold, some people, some places, etc. But that's brought you into this very balanced energy. I like this. A very balanced energy where you are pretty much knowing, all knowing. This came out in the Empress's cards too. This is lovely. There's a lot of intuitively guided, like just a lot of psychic energy is what I'm hearing. A lot of new endeavors, a lot of new ideas, a lot of new possibilities. I'm feeling very October-like energy. Yes.
I just sent you the address.
Okay.
It's actually like 3 minutes away.
Okay.
He lives in the same neighborhood.
Oh, okay. I know where that street is. Thank you, sweetie. 12:30. Love you. All right. So this last card here. Also, maybe you guys were both kind of combating the same energy. The Emperor, huh? Oh, the Emperor and the Empress were maybe combating the same energy, because I'm seeing this Page of Swords energy is out here on both sides. So maybe there was like, I don't know, maybe you guys both double teamed on this person in the spiritual realm or something, or you both are, I don't know, both of you guys had to deal with that directly, or I don't know. There's both of you guys have this Page of Wands, and then you guys both have the High Priestess energy, which is good. Sydney, you gotta stop, baby. You keep hitting the wall and it makes the screen shake. Yeah, that coven's gonna have to deal with whoever that is. That ain't gonna. Yeah. You see how I'm speaking, right? And I was nice the first time. I was a little bit more stern the second time. I was nice again the second time. It's like, you know, because I'm deepening my gentle parenting at this point. But that's not going to work with whoever that was that's being left out, because they just not in the right energy. If they don't, especially because they sit in those low vibrations. It's the low vibrations that get them messed up every time. All right, so let's see where the collective can help. All right, I pulled this deck out, but then this card came out too, which is Forcer, but it's in the reverse. So maybe someone is not trying to force, or maybe they're going to figure out that they can't force things. Yeah, they won't be able to force whatever their agenda is or whatever their plan is. So, you know, that's just useless. But yeah, they're trying to, they can't. Yeah, that's why it came out in reverse. All right, anyway. Let's see, what is, all right, let me make sure these are in the upright first. Anybody have any questions? After this deck, I am done. I think I need to go drink some water, have some tea. You have some nighttime tea. Ooh. This weekend has felt very long, but I feel like that's just because I've been doing that whole workaholic thing, as we as we tend to do. All right, let's see. Thank you. All right. So, moving forward, now that the collective is in this romantic energy, what can they expect moving forward? Ooh. I feel like there's an into competition. That's literally what I get. This is the Five of Swords, but I'm just getting like this person looks scared. This person looks afraid to approach, you know? And then, oh, this is repeating the Empress and the Emperor cards too. And then it's like the Tower. And I'll answer your question in a second because I believe a lot of us divine readers have gotten some information about like the fact that a lot of people are wondering like, when will this end? When will this be over? I'll answer that in just a minute. This Tower energy. Um, Towers to me are always good, like, because I know what type of life I'm leading. I know what type of things that I'm doing and putting into my world, my atmosphere. So for me, towers are good. That's all I see here is that like there is just this. I'm getting a lot of thunder and lightning. I'm getting the lightning more than anything. There's something there to do specifically. Um, with the light of it all. Also with that intuitiveness, like, wait a minute. Nine of Wands, Seven of Cups. What is this? Oh, this is more people. This is literally just them continuing to hate on you. This is so ridiculous. This is literally just people continuing to hate, continuing to hate. And I guess that is the right energy to have, like to kind of, you know, fully embrace it and be like, you know what? Gotta love the haters too, you know. You know, they put other eyes on us too. I mean, if you think about it, your haters are bringing other eyes because they be talking to people you probably never would, you know, cross those people sometimes. You know what I mean? And the haters just because they speaking to anybody and everybody. You know, they're your biggest promoters. You know, they are. They literally are. I also still see a lot of opportunities though too in this. And then I see this field being really, really full and lush. I see something about an inheritance of a land. Like I literally see that in the back of the card. I don't know. There's three signatures or three something. There's three of something. Yeah, there's definitely three of something. Don't ask me about how I do my math, but there's a Six of Pentacles, a nine of what is this? The Nine of Staves, the Nine of Wands, right? Yeah, it's giving three, because the one thing that those two are divisible by is three. I don't feel like you. I feel like you'll. I feel like you'll have to defend yourself, but not in a way where you'll have to like fight with people and like go through a lot of like, I don't know. You're okay. So you know, like when you're having an issue or you're in a legal battle with someone, and it's like you are fighting for something that's yours. That's not what's going to happen here in this instance. I don't know how we moved to that, but that's what Spirit's giving me. You're not going to have to fight anyone in a legal battle. You're just going to have to say, "That's mine. That's not theirs," and that's going to be it. Is what I'm hearing. It's like it's just pretty much like, yes, this is me and that's mine. That's not theirs. The end. Yes, that's me. That's mine. That's not theirs. Kaput. Yeah. Judgment and Ten of Cups after that. Yeah. I know this is one of my favorite decks. This is literally one of my favorite. The illustration on this deck is so lovely. It really is. Yeah, I think that's like a judgment call that's being made there. Okay, so when will all of this end? So as far as Well, it depends on where you are because there are people who already went through their dark night of the soul, went through additional ones because of demonic attacks and crazy, crazy attachments and stuff like that. So that's why I usually it's harder with a, a general reading, a collective reading, because everybody's at different phases of this. Um, Some people are completely out of it. Some people are in the phase where like they've awakened to what has been going on and they are going to continue to go forward and get all these downloads and have all these additional awakenings and transformations and rebirths and all these other things. So it just depends. I know personally, I think I've had 23 already or something. I think, yeah. So I don't know. But these people are fighting this tower moment too. There's literally nothing they can do though. This is what they're gonna have to do. They're gonna have to run their heads away and like cry about it and like get over it. Oh, well, what will happen in your love life? Okay. I've been getting some general information about love, but I will go ahead and consult the cards for you specifically. I don't know why this other deck is calling me, but ooh, first split though. That's the first split. Let's see. Is there more than one person around? Because I saw more than one person when I was shuffling just now. So that's the only reason why I ask, is because I definitely saw more than one person. Looks like there is possibly an offer coming in, right? Page of Cups energy. I saw the Sun card. We saw the King of Cups first, right? Now the Queen of Cups. This looks good. What is this down here? Working together. Are you in union? Are you in a... There's a self-imposed prison happening back here. You keep doubting it. You keep going back and forth. And then you're like, no. It's fine. It's fine. You keep doubting that it's coming in, and then you're going back and forth. Capricorn just left you. What was happening? Was somebody giving to somebody else? Because it looks like they went somewhere else. Like that was somewhere that was planned that they were going to. Yeah. Look, because now he's falling out for this new Two of Cups. It was something that he manifested. That is something that he manifested. So you're best to not to want to be involved with that person if they're capable of being in any connection with you and manifesting something else. So don't feel any kind of way because of it. Yeah, it always hurts, but okay. Do you remember the person before them? You probably don't. And if you do, you're probably like, yeah, because they don't compare to this person, right? So how do you think you're going to feel about him after the new person comes along? That's what we kind of forget too when we're going through it. Yeah, it's like you're just gonna keep doing what you do and focusing on, and if for whatever reason when this card flew out right now, it's like the card was head down. So it's like kind of you're gonna just keep your head down and kind of work and do your thing. But I feel like that's what's most beneficial right now while you go through the healing process. Yeah. But it's a day by day thing, right? And that's the hard part. A day by day, minute by minute kind of process. So you might not always. Okay. In the moments when you're thinking about the person or missing the person, breath work is going to be incredibly important. But kind of just focusing and remembering on why you left, why that relationship is needed to end, because you can't really be here with someone who's not even manifesting with you. You know what I mean? Like I said, well, he manifested this new situation. That means he wasn't working with you. He probably was using your energy, so to speak. Probably using up your energy to kind of, feed his life force, no matter how great he was. Because this is where I see you at, as long as you continue to stay focused. Yeah, don't worry about what anybody else is saying about you. Because I get that there's going to be some like, I don't know. I don't get it's necessarily coming from this past person. I just get that people will have things to say. And you should just kind of keep going. Because again, that Queen of Pentacles, when it flew out sideways. And she was looking down, just kind of like focused on her pentacles. Because I feel when you do that, that's when it'll enlighten a way for you to open up to, someone that you'll have a prosperous future with. Yeah. Because you'll have learned a lot through this next phase. That's what it's for. That's what the healing phase is for. To look back and say, okay, what do I deserve more of? Where should I have ended it earlier? What things did I put up with that I shouldn't have? How do I do this differently so that I'm not ending up here the next time? Because I know that was something I struggled with, was just like, dang, how am I ending up in, a lot of times for most people, it's like, how am I ending up in a physical relationship with somebody and I haven't established where we want to go in our future together? And I really want someone that I can have a future with, see? So that's what you have to focus on if that's what you really want. If what you want is a future with someone, don't give up on that just because you're not meeting people that want the same thing, or that people that want to go at it backwards even. I mean, that's the reality of it. It looks like a really big mosquito. I'll get it in a minute. Yeah, so I feel like if that's what you want, hold fast to that. But, okay, so that's the thing. People, the hardest part of it is really just the being alone when you used to have somebody that you could call and tell about your day, or to go out to dinner with, or whatever it was, right? That this person, whatever part this person played in your life. And the thing is that's when you're supposed to connect with spirit more and just be like, okay, and yourself. Date yourself, find out what you like more outside of that person, or just be more doting on yourself. So, go get yourself something to eat and, splurge and get yourself, the dessert with it. I don't know. It's just a lot of self-love is what ends up taking place. And I know one of the downloads I got earlier was that one of the hardest things too is because you can't hug yourself, right? Baby, don't touch the wall. It messes up the camera. You really can't. Yeah, this.
That's a wall?
Just leave it alone, please. You can't hug yourself. So that's literally the biggest problem that most of us have, is we can't be there to really comfort our own selves. And in that moment, you have to trust that spirit will, that God will. That's who I've always found. Like, I always thought it was wild too, back in the day when I used to hear women at church talk about how the sun card keeps coming out. So I wouldn't be I wouldn't be sad about some sad, joker leaving me. You should be happy to move on from that. It looks like he was just kind of trying to empty your cup. He was literally just trying to empty your cup out. Like, what's in this cup? And he's moving on to the next cup and the next cup. Take what you got left and go. That's really what you should see this as, an opportunity to really move forward. Yeah, it's hard because it's like an in-depth conversation. This is why I don't really do tarot card readings, because it's like it's more than the cards. But in the moments of boredom, again, when you get bored, do things for other people. That fills up a lot of your time. As soon as you give an okay to help somebody else, you are busy like I don't know what. But it's a lot of working through fears, though. Fears and past emotional triggers and stuff like that cause us to back up. Deciding that you don't want to play footsie with anybody until you are with your divine partner. But that takes a lot of, isolation. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, oh, you felt alone for the past few years, but you were involved with someone. I get that. That's because you were involved with a narcissist. And you have to break away from allowing people to be in your life, but only to their benefit. That's why you felt alone. They were only there to see what they could use and get from you. So just be honest and truthful with yourself right now. Really look at like where you want your life to be and don't accept anything less. I had a conversation with a friend of mine recently, and she was saying how she was seeing this person and blah, 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 and he seemed nice and they were going to go on vacation. And I was like, is that the kind of guy you would marry? And she was saying like, well, there are a few things that I would rather prefer him get together before we got together. And I'm like, why are you wasting your time? You know this is not your guy. Don't play footsies, And a lot of times it's just like healing ourselves from whatever it is that allowed us to accept this low vibrational, energy into our lives and really build up our value, where it's like, no, I know I deserve that, and I don't deserve anything less than the best. And that's really what you have to set your sights on. That's where this Knight of Wands energy is coming in at, to me. It's really saying to me, like, put your energy and adventure and passion on looking forward. What does that new person look like? But I never made, this is one of my secrets, I never made a list of what I wanted in a husband. I made a list of who I wanted to be in a wife. And I watched myself just have transformation after transformation after transformation till I literally became her, so much so that I didn't have to look back and say, oh, that's what I said. I was sitting at a table of women and they just started telling me all the things that they liked about me. And it was everything that I've written on that page. I mean, on that page, that book that I wanted to be as a wife. And so that's when I knew I was ready to date and that I was a good catch. Because you don't become the wife until you've done the work, kind of thing. So there are a few things that needed to be tweaked, just in that sometimes we often overgive, I'm the type of person oh man, I would legit had to talk myself down from paying for a girlfriend of mine to go on a vacation with me. That's just the type of person I am. So it's just kind of like, oh no. Like, slow down there. Don't go paying for anybody's vacation, because that's just the type of person that I am, though. Anyway, so this Page of Swords energy to me is just coming out because I get the energy, like I said before, somebody's going to be talking. Somebody's going to be saying something. Something is going to be said. But I feel like you need to meet that with just continuing to be curious about knowing what they said. If someone says, oh, such and such, be like, oh, really? Be excited to hear something about yourself. I don't know, because I feel like that's just because it's more than likely just because you're looking good, you're looking better, and we all know what that means, right? When you look better when you broke up with someone. Yeah, that means you've transformed your innards, if you will. All right, I'm gonna go get going. I hope that this has been helpful and insightful. And I
Like
will
and subscribe. Hit that like button.
please hit the like and subscribe buttons. I will catch you on the next. Later.